Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been ages since I last did a good old makeup tutorial, so today I am here and I'm going to be showing you how to create this makeup look, which is all about flawless skin-like skin and a beautiful reversed smoky eyeliner, which I am loving doing. Like, I'm so pleased with the way this turned out. So as usual, if you'd like to see how to get this look, then please keep watching. So first things first, my brows and my eyeshadow base are all done, and then I moved straight on to my moisturizer. This one is the Clinique Moisture Surge, and I'm putting this on all over my face and rubbing that all in. And the thing that I really like about this moisturizer is that it's not heavy, but it really does moisturize your skin and keep it hydrated. Now moving on to primer, I'm just using the Smashbox Primer Water, and then I did go in with the MAC Strobe Cream, and I applied this onto the high points of my face. So that's my cheekbones, kind of in like a C motion near my eyebrows as well, and down the bridge of my nose and also my chin. For foundation, I used the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in shade 8. And there's now actually 7 golden shades, so they're perfect for people with my kind of skin tone. And you guys all know how I love that kind of golden yellow toned foundation. So as you can see, I've drawn lines all over my face, and now I'm using the Clinique Buff Brush to buff all of this into my skin. Now, a funny fact is this is the foundation that made me fall in love with full coverage kind of formulas, because it is so lightweight on the skin. It feels like a tinted moisturizer almost, but it has that coverage. It doesn't look or feel dry on the skin, and it has a really kind of natural matte finish, which makes your skin look like you're not wearing a ton of foundation. Here you can see my skin close up. It looks very natural, very flawless, but not cakey at all. And you guys know I'm all about that non-cakey life. Then I moved on to concealer, and I'm actually using a lighter shade in that same foundation, and this is the shade Linen. And I'm putting this onto the usual areas that I like to conceal and highlight my face. And again, because of that formula, you're not going to get a very kind of cakey or heavy feel to your skin. It's very, very light, but it still kind of makes your skin look like skin rather than making it look like you've got loads of foundation on. So I'm just blending all of that in with that same buff brush and making sure that there are no harsh lines, the usual. And what I love about this foundation is that it gives you kind of glam coverage for like a glam look, but you can also wear it every day as well because it's super comfortable and it has a really good coverage. Next, we are moving on to contouring, and I'm going to use a cream contour first. This is the Becca Low Light Sculpting Perfector, and I'm just going ahead and contouring the usual areas of my face. Again, this is very creamy as well, so it works really well with the foundation because it's not very dry, making sure everything is nice and blended. And I did also contour my nose very slightly as well. I'm just blending those lines out. And then what I did do is I did go ahead and set all of the areas that we applied the kind of lighter foundation shade and make sure that that's all nice and set so it's not going to budge anywhere. And then also we can't forget to set the contour. So I used the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Bronzer, and I'm just going ahead and going over the areas where we applied that cream contour. And I also decided not to powder the rest of my skin because I wanted that kind of natural matte kind of finish from the foundation to show through because I didn't want to look too powdery. Here I'm just setting my nose contour, and then I moved on to finishing the cheeks off. I'm using the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette and a mixture of the 2 highlight shades, and I'm popping them on to the high points of my cheeks as usual, and also a little bit down the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow. Then I popped a little bit of Fix Plus spray on there, let it dry off for a few seconds, and then went back in with some more highlight just to make it really nice and intense because I wanted the skin to look really nice and glowy but still skin-like. And then for blush, I used this shade from that same palette and popped that on to the apples of my cheeks. So moving on to the eyeshadow portion, I used the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm taking this shade first and I'm applying that on to my brow bone as a nice highlight. And this has got kind of like a frosty feel to it, but it's really gorgeous. Then taking this shade here, which I believe is called Puree, I'm putting that on to the crease of my eye to act as a really nice transition shade. And this is definitely a very warm eye, which I've been loving recently. Then I took this shade in the corner here and I started to smoke out my lower lash line. I know I wanted to do kind of like a reverse smoky lash line kind of look, so this is why I'm extending it out and making sure that it's really nice and blended, because we don't want there to be any blockiness or harshness. Here I'm taking a bit more of a precise angled brush and really winging that out. Then I took this shade here, which I kind of wish I didn't do because I didn't like the outcome of like how that eye was looking all together, if you know what I mean, especially with the reverse wing. So I'm applying the shade on for now, but I am going to go and change that later on. So I'm using the Clinique High Impact Extreme Volume Mascara, and I'm putting that on to my lashes, both my upper lashes and also my lower lashes as well, because you guys know how much I love a good old 2 or 3 coatings of mascara. So I'm going to let that dry before we apply any falsies, but here I've just quickly aligned my upper and lower waterline for this glam eye look. This is the part where I take the shade Summer Yum, which is really beautiful bricky kind of browny red shade, and I basically packed that all over my eyelid and kind of made sure that it was nice and blended into the crease shade as well. So I'm really packing this color on with a flat eyeshadow brush, and then I did go in with that same crease shade and just make sure everything was blended out. Now it was time to work on the lower kind of reverse smoky eye, and I'm taking that same shade that we used in our lower lash line and I'm really intensifying that up, because now that our eyes are a bit darker on top, I needed the bottom part to be balanced out. Next up, it was time to put some lashes on. So I wish they were that easy as always, but here I've got some lashes on, and again, when you have your lashes on, this is when you kind of realize where some eyeshadow needs adding and taking away and things like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I moved on to lipstick. So here I'm using the Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Child Star, which is a really beautiful kind of baby pink color, which I thought really complemented this look. And to add a bit of sparkle and dimension to the look, I'm taking that same shade that we applied initially to the lid and put that into the inner corners of my eyes. Sprayed my face with some Fix Plus to make sure everything's locked in place. And that, you guys, is the final look. This is all about the flawless skin using the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer by Clinique, and also that beautiful reversed kind of smoky eyeliner, which I am so digging. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and let me know what other makeup looks you'd like me to create, and I will see you all in my next video.